Hey, hey, Ideal Protein Nation around the world. We are back. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks since the last episode, but man, have I got a great show for you today. Um, for those of you, again, like I say, every time, every show that we put out there, we're going to have more new viewers and more new listeners each time, as our guests bring with them their circle of influence. So, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Life Possible podcast yet, the Life Possible podcast spotlights successful clients, coaches, and clinic owners who have used the Ideal Protein protocol to reset their body, reset their mind, and actually reset what's possible for their life. These individuals truly had life-changing experiences during the program, and now as a result of that, they're pursuing goals and dreams that they thought were dead and gone. They're pursuing goals and dreams they never thought they could. Some are pursuing goals and dreams they never even knew they wanted to. In short, they're busy living a life they love so much that they don't feel the need to escape from it anymore. They're living what we call life possible. So it's my hope that you will see, hear, and connect with these individuals, and you'll understand that they are just like you. And if they can do it, so can you. So who am I and why am I doing this? Well, my name is Dr. John Barnes, and I am the clinic director at Barnes Chiropractic Health and Fitness in Centerville, Virginia, where we have been an independent authorized Ideal Protein clinic now for the past 6 years. We're so proud to say that we've helped over 500 clients lose over 25,000 pounds in our clinic so far. And, this whole thing started because about 6.5 years ago, well, there's no easy way to put this. I was fat, sick, and depressed, and I didn't see a way out. My metabolism had shifted and changed, and anxiety and depression had got me overeating and overdrinking. And when I tried to do what I had always done, I couldn't get myself out of it. So I literally had given up. I had no context for what happened. But I truly believe that God brought me the Ideal Protein program as the answer to all of my prayers, both personally and professionally. And so here I am now, 6 years later, and I'm over 65 pounds down from that original picture there, that original weight when I started the program. And I'm able to train and compete in the sport of triathlon now after over 25 years of inactivity. This is my life possible, and this is what has inspired me to start this podcast and find all the other crazy stories out there, because there are literally thousands and thousands of people and stories like me. So who do I have for you today? I tell you what, I have Anastasia and Eric Van Roon. These guys are coming to us all the way from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Once again, I found this couple on Facebook. I find that when I am liking and sharing posts in the different Ideal Protein Facebook groups, from the same person, from the same name, they kind of go on a list, and I start watching those, and it's a good indicator that they would make a great guest. In this case, I kept seeing Anastasia posting some really awesome stuff, like some crazy recipes and motivational memes, or I saw her actually commenting on other people's posts and just adding some really positive and motivational comments. Then I realized, oh my gosh, she's actually the administrator for one of the newer Facebook groups that I had joined, a newer Ideal Protein Facebook group that I had joined. Finally, I saw a post that she put up about her husband achieving a life possible goal, and that pushed me over the edge. I contacted them, and we've been working on the show ever since. So I can't wait for you to hear their story. Let's bring them in here. Where are you guys? Come on in. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, John.
How are you guys tonight?
Great. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that you would do the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, this is an awesome experience.
Oh, no. Like I said, and we have been working hard. Now we are on a 4-hour, How many hours are we on a delay now?
I believe we're about
We're,
2 hours.
we're on a 2 hour delay, but yeah, you guys are really hard workers, and so we've had to meet at night.
Yeah.
We've done our pre-interviewing in the evening time. So for me, it's been like in the 8:30 time. You guys, you get home. I don't even know if you had dinner before you sit down and talk with me. But I really appreciate the fact that you were able to put in that time so that we could put this show together.
Well, it's awesome.
Thank you.
So I want to start right off, right out of the gate. I want to show our viewers and listeners. Well, I want to show our viewers, our listeners are going to have to guess, but I want to show them. This is the post, like I said, that made me press the button and get in touch with you guys. Eric, this is you skydiving, right?
Yeah, it's been I'll call it a bucket list item of mine for years. But I was always unable to do it because there's weight restrictions.
Okay.
With this company in particular, it was 250 pounds maximum.
Got it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Anastasia's post, it says, here's another true story that may motivate you to stay on the path and see this through. Both my husband and I started this journey September 28th of 2020, but I will talk only about his success because he's too shy to do it himself. And we've got you on camera now, dude. We've got you on the show. By May 1st, 7 months, he had lost 104 pounds on phase 2 now and doing amazing. The main reason for this post, though, is not the weight loss, but checking a life dream off the bucket list. Here he is skydiving now that his weight meets the necessary restrictions. Remember, my friends, not just on this journey, but in general, all of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Dang, what a great wife you have.
Yeah, she's got away with words.
Yes, she does. And again, that's just why I absolutely love the fact that she's doing what she's doing on Facebook. But this is so true. I know that there's more to your story, Eric. Tell us about this story and how it started to develop, that you were going to skydive. But you had to meet a goal first.
Yeah, like I said, it's always been in the back of my mind for years that it was something I wanted to do. And then, of course, when we were on vacation last year, that's when the whole process started for us. And, I quite easily made the 250 goal. And it was still early in the year. The pounds were just literally flying off still. So that was kind of my goal. My initial goal was 230. So I made it to the 250. I made it to the 230. And I just said, well, let's keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, right. If you're on a roll, you're on a roll.
I couldn't go jumping anyway yet because it was still too early in the year. So, we just kept going. I had this booked in April. And then we finally went towards the end of July. I was talking, I think in and around September, I was talking to guys at work about it, seeing if I can get a group together. And initially I had 3 people interested. And I think some of them thought I would never actually do it.
Right.
They thought it was an easy out for them.
Right. Basically, if somebody at work comes up to you and says, well, hey, guys, if I lose 100 pounds, I want to go skydiving. Who's in?
Yeah.
But I've got to lose 100 pounds first. I'd be like, oh, I'm in. Right.
Well, and
he's never going to lose.
Right?
Never going to lose 100 pounds.
These guys also see me every day. So they see me eat the 5 ice creams and the donuts and everything else. So I was definitely an eater. So, yeah. And then we had eventually one guy bow out for family reasons. We went the day of. I could tell one guy was beyond scared.
Yeah.
He was probably the biggest talker in the group, and he was silent the whole time before we went.
Yeah, right.
And the coolest thing was my 2 kids came with me as well.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. That's great.
So the group of us that went.
And again, to me, this is the quintessential example of a life possible goal. And, actually, I had a client, Lynn Roos, who is actually pretty well known in the ideal protein community. When she was going through the program. She had a very, very large goal that she was trying to meet. And I had gone to the indoor skydiving. Okay. That's my limit. All right. So I have no desire to actually jump out of a plane. I totally respect and admire you. But the indoor one, man, I was all over. I did that with my daughter as a neat father-daughter thing. And Lynn saw a picture of us having done that. And she says, oh, I want to do that someday. I said, Lynn, if you reach your goal, I'll take you. Let's go. So we did that. They did have a weight limit for the chamber when you do the indoor iFly. And I knew about that. And I knew that she was going to be well under that bar, but it was going to be quite a moment for her. And she actually now says, though, that she still holds out that she's going to jump out of a plane someday and she's going to do the real deal. So,
Yes.
we'll see if that happens or not. And if so,
Highly recommend it.
I'll be on the ground waiting for her.
Yeah.
So let's get into a little bit of let's talk about your ideal protein journey. Tell me a little bit about how you actually came to find out about ideal protein. It was actually quite a few years ago, wasn't it?
It was quite a few years ago. My daughter's future sister-in-law, she was on the program probably 3-4 years ago, and she lost, I don't exactly know how many, I don't remember, probably about 85, 90 pounds.
Wow.
So that's how I came to find out about the program. Never really did anything with it. And then last year in September, we went to Vancouver Island to visit my daughter, and she was on the program. She had lost at the time about 35 pounds.
Yeah. Wow.
And she looked awesome. So we talked about it. She had some products there. I tried them out. I loved them. And we decided to just start the program as soon as we come back to Calgary.
Yeah, that's so neat. And here's a picture of you and your daughter.
Yes.
Like I said, boy, you guys are models. Absolutely models. And if there's any magazines out there that needs, or if Ideal Protein needs models, okay, get these two. Yeah, we talked about that when you said that you tried some of her foods, etc., and you really liked them right out of the gate.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so that you kind of
for myself, but
I'm sorry.
I can't say the same for myself, but
no.
She came back and she was dead set. She was going to join, and like I said, I knew. I was 20 pounds now heavier than I had ever been.
Wow. Okay.
So I knew I needed to do something as well. So I'll admit, I tagged along, and it worked really well for us.
I'll say.
Yeah.
So yeah, you came home from that vacation and you immediately Googled it. You found the closest Ideal Protein clinic.
We found the clinic, a little medicine shop. It's called, a little store, like 10 minutes literally from our house. We made an appointment. We met our coach, Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got set up and we started. That was end of September. And it's been amazing since.
Yeah. Well, and so, you started September of 2020. Mm-hmm. And, again, really kind of wrestling with the pandemic still, et cetera. And we talked about how that's actually a fantastic time to actually do something like this.
It was perfect for us.
Yeah. So why? What made it perfect for you guys?
Well, typically we our main thing is traveling.
Gotcha.
So obviously, normally we would have a trip to Mexico, all you can eat and all that great stuff. And more than likely, maybe towards the summertime, we probably would have had a trip to Greece and elsewhere in Europe. We were supposed to go to Kenya. So wow. If we do anything, we go traveling.
Yes.
So the fact that we couldn't do it, I'll admit it helped that my kids are grown and I don't have to cook for them as well. So we were able to purge the house of all the foods we can't have and didn't want anymore.
Yep.
And the process was super simple for us. besides the first week where we struggled with the headaches and stuff like that. But after that, it was quite smooth sailing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, you can't travel. You can't really socialize a whole lot. So you don't have the peer pressure. You're not exposed to those situations where you might want to do a little of this and a little of that and waste a week and go in and out of ketosis and what have you.
Yes.
So none of those things. It was the perfect time to go ahead.
It was. We turned like a negative situation around.
Yep.
Basically, that's what we did, and it really worked for us. And I'm thankful that we decided to do it. I'm thankful that my daughter pushed me, motivated me enough to do it, and we're done. I mean, it's gonna be a lifestyle, obviously, but
right.
But yeah, we couldn't do any of the things that we like to do, and we came out winners in a weird way.
Yeah, no. Again, I love that. I love the idea that you took a negative and you turned it around. Sounds to me like that's your approach to life in general. Again,
most of the times.
yeah, based on the posts that I see and your comments, and you're always lifting people up and all that kind of stuff. I love that. These are really great before and after pictures that you sent me. Again, Eric, you definitely a fashion model yourself. I mean,
thank you.
Those after pictures, you should be like an Esquire or something like that.
Well, and ironically, that's Lululemon clothing, which I've become a fan of. And up until actually her daughter was visiting us again, and we went shopping, and can't remember when it was, but it was probably in a May timeframe ish.
Yep.
So I lost most of my weight by then anyway.
Yeah.
And I had never been in a Lululemon store in my life because nothing ever fit me.
Right.
And now he's there once a month.
Yeah. I love it.
It's insane.
Well, who knew they had men's clothes?
Right.
That was kind of an eye opener for me. One of my boys actually brought it up last year, and he's like, not for nothing, Dad. They've actually got these work pants that I wear, and they're just the best. They're the most comfortable, and they're really catching on. So my wife hasn't let me go there yet, but I guess I'll have to put that on my list.
Yeah, I love it.
And Lulu, if you are watching, again, you got models right here in Eric and Anastasia, and I'm sure her daughter would chip in too, evidently, since she loves that.
Yes.
So yeah, overall, and we kind of talked about it, Eric, you lost over 100 pounds, right?
Yep, 104.
And Anastasia, you've lost over 60 pounds.
Yes, 63.
Yeah.
63 and change.
Amazing numbers. So far, everybody that we've talked about we've talked about amazing numbers. And I do find it somewhat fascinating. You have to explain to some people that we are somewhat desensitized to these numbers because it does happen so often and so quickly. It's not that crazy to have somebody lose 50, 60, 70, 100 pounds, on a regular basis around our office. So when someone comes in and we kind of ask them, well, how many pounds are you looking to lose? What's your goal? And they kind of sheepishly throw a big number out. We're like, all right, let's go. We're not scared of that. That happens all the time around here. And let's get down to business.
Yep.
So the other thing that we wanted to talk about was the idea that, well, and I talked about this with you guys, and you swear that you are the perfect couple. But for me, when I have couples I love the fact that you did it together. It's so hard when only one person is doing it and their spouse is not doing it. And depending on the sensitivity of said spouse, they might be sitting across the table having pizza or not. Just extremely hard. But when both do it together, it really makes it so easy. It's like the compounding effect.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about how you felt about that. What was your experience?
I mean, for me, my daily meals were, I kept things simple because I had a great chef at night. So I could my breakfast was a shake. My lunch was 2 cups of cucumbers and a soup. And then, of course, you see the meals I was eating at night. And, luckily I work a bit later than her. So luckily for me, every time I came home, it was ready.
So really, you're such a lucky guy.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And I've seen those meals. Our viewers haven't yet, but wait till we get to the second half of the show. You're gonna see some really neat things. But yeah, when you went in for your coaching visits, you went in together as a couple.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, every Saturday, religiously at 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah, and I take it you kept meticulous journals.
I did.
She did. I did.
Yep.
I mean, for me, it was simple, right? Breakfast
Right.
was a shake. What's
You're
the
eating
point
the
of writing
same.
that down in the
You were
soups?
you were very basic as far as your approach. So
And I knew she was watching the numbers for dinner. So
Yes.
right.
as long as I was taking my vitamins and drinking the water,
Yeah.
and I was consistently coming down every week, 3-4 pounds a week.
Right.
So it was working for me.
Yes.
Yeah. It is funny though, and when I get a couple in the room at the same time, I always say starting off, now we can do this together or we can do separate visits. It's totally up to you guys. And oh no, we want to come together, we're in it with each other. And I say, okay, but if I have to separate you, I will. All right. Because it's not uncommon for one of them to throw the other under the bus and say, I saw him eating Oreos the other day. He was sneaking a couple of cookies, or, oh, I saw her when she was, yeah. And so sometimes it gets a little contentious in there, but for the most part.
I don't think we never had that.
No.
I think if anything, Anastasia may have been a little upset sometimes when I was losing more and she wasn't.
Yeah.
It became a bit of a competition that way.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, but
no.
Right. And that's the other thing that we always talk about too. Really, we cannot compare between the two of you.
No.
Two totally different metabolisms.
Exactly.
based on the amount of muscle that we're carrying on our body and based on hormonal structure, et cetera.
Yep.
As long as, again, as a coach, I set expectations for both of them. And as long as they're meeting their individual expectations, we know we're on track.
Right.
But
Yes.
that is something that we also have to set some ground rules about.
Yeah,
for sure.
Now, I also thought too, in talking about that, you guys were really pretty consistent with your weight loss. I guess, Eric, you were averaging, like you said, maybe about 3 pounds a week.
Yep.
Anastasia, you were probably averaging around
About
2 pounds a week. Yeah. But there came a time period there where things stalled out for you a little bit. And I thought that, again, the way you made lemonade out of lemons was really neat. So take us through that story.
So somewhere between my 3rd and 4th month, I stalled for 3 weeks. Every Saturday we go there and my weight was the same. At some point, it actually jumped 0.5. I came home and I was in tears. I just wanted to quit. You're just thinking like, what am I doing wrong? Like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. Mind you, I wasn't drinking all my water. I have to be honest. I couldn't, but everything else I was doing right. And for Eric to be losing all that weight and me stalling, it was very frustrating. So under my normal circumstances, I would probably turn into sugar because that was my solution to all my problems before.
Yes.
And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go shopping. My clothes were getting quite big, quite loose. I was wearing size 8 at the time.
Yep.
So I went shopping and I'm trying on sizes, and to my surprise, a size 4 fit like a glove.
Wow.
And I was thinking like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How is that possible? So obviously, these are the scale betrayals, as we call them.
Okay.
The number doesn't move, but I had lost inches.
And that's the thing we weren't aware of because of COVID. And when we started, we never got an initial measurement of us. So we saw the weight coming off, but we
Yep.
never saw the inches coming off.
Yeah.
You see it eventually, but
Right.
you know,
But you
once
weren't,
you
you
can
weren't
feel-
measuring.
yes.
you didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
can
you
feel it
weren't
in your
measuring it.
clothing, but I never
Mhm.
thought like I would be able to fit into a size 4.
Yeah,
So that really
absolutely.
made my day.
Yeah, right. I love that. And again, it's during COVID we halted the measurements for quite a while.
Yes.
Again, we weren't sure how things were being transmitted, et cetera. So that was a guideline that came out from Ideal Protein, and we all pretty much adopted that. So it is kind of hard, and that is part of your weekly visits that we look forward to as both coach and client. Not just getting on the scale and seeing your weight and your body fat percentage change, but also, weight loss happens in 3 dimensions, and we like to see how different measurements are actually changing.
Yep.
Yes.
But the next best way is to go try on new clothes, and
Exactly.
I love that. I try to shift the thinking of my clients from, when they're frustrated and or when life hits them and it gets stressful, instead of turning to sugar like we all used to, like I used to, a little retail therapy couldn't hurt. And not only could it not hurt, but it can actually reinforce how
Yes.
far you've actually come.
It
It
can
can
lift
really,
you up, literally.
yeah,
Yes.
really lift you up. So I thought that was an amazing story that you told me, and I'm hoping that others might
True
actually
story.
take that. Yeah, and I hope that others might actually give that a shot next time they're feeling frustrated. And you know what, too, sometimes we do stall. Uh, as predictable and repeatable and measurable as this program is, and so far superior from other programs, we're dealing with the human body. And the human body does not react like a computer or like a machine. We're not going to get that line, that slope going down. It's always going to do a little bit here and a little bit there, and fake you out every once in a while. And you just have to rest confident in that what you're doing is right. Like you said, you were doing everything the way it was supposed to do, and find another way to motivate yourself other than that darn number.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the next section here. You were so successful, and you had did you inspire other friends to do it, or you knew other people were doing it, and family members?
I know like my daughter, a couple of her friends, her sister-in-law, they were doing it. I have my sister-in-law in Greece that she was interested in the program. So that's the reason why I created the group. It was mainly just to have an archive of recipes, I guess, like a journal. And
Yeah.
have them,
So
have them to go there and just look at the page for inspiration, for ideas, for
so you
recipes.
so you started your own Facebook group.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah, again, the concept was it was just going to be for friends and for family members around the world. And so you started posting those things up because, as you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, and as you're going to hear, Anastasia has incredible cooking talents. And so recipes was something that just absolutely came natural, right?
I have to thank my mama for that. She's an amazing cook.
Passed down from generation to generation. And your heritage is actually Greek, right?
Yes, it is. I
And
was born
so,
and raised there. Yes.
yeah. So your maiden name is Papadopoulos, right?
Yes.
Yes. So again, like I said, I realized I had joined your group. Every once in a while, as I'm trying to expand the show and I'm trying to get the distribution wider and wider, I search for ideal protein groups that I don't yet belong to. And so I must have found yours and joined it. And, just always impressed with the things that were posted there. And again, whether it's you or whether it's a lot of the people who have joined who are posting, I also like the fact you put this up just the other day. Tell us what this post is all about and why it just came up the other day.
I keep reposting this for the new members because we do get a lot of new members daily, and I feel bad because I always want to say welcome. Anyway, so I have
Yep.
this little post that I post every couple of months just to kind of introduce myself, make sure they understand that I'm not a coach and I'm there for them, like just to inspire them and motivate them, um, give them ideas, recipes, if they need any help with anything. And then of course we have all those group experts on board, and which is amazing, and they can get the help that need they may need.
So I guess that's something we haven't talked about. You actually do have experts on there now?
Yes, I think we have about 25 people.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah,
So
that's
I
really
do seek
awesome.
their help occasionally because, again, I do not know all the answers and I don't want to say
Yeah.
something that's wrong. So I tag people on them, especially Melissa. We're close with Melissa. So,
Yeah, so Melissa Hozak, again,
yes,
she comes up in yet another show. A fellow Alberta Canadian, right?
yes,
And so she's on your expert panel?
yes, she is.
Oh, there you go. So you are absolutely in the best hands you could be in.
I think so too. Yes.
But yes, and so the group name is Ideal Protein Phase 1 Recipes, and the ideal protein in phase is all caps.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, I think this is amazing. You started this just to help your family and friends, but tell us now, first off, how many months has it been since you started it? How long has it been in
So I
existence?
started the group, I think December 3rd of 2020.
December 3rd, 2020. And how many members do you have right now?
Um, I think it's like 5,300 something.
Wow. I'm so jealous. That is phenomenal. Um,
Thank
yeah,
you.
those numbers are amazing. And again, I love the fact that you put out there. I'm not a coach, but I do love the fact that you've got experts because invariably there are going to be questions. There's going to be some statements and things that need adjusted, and so you've really done it just the best that you could. So fantastic. So if you're not a member of that group and you're on Facebook, check it out. Ideal Protein Phase 1 Recipes. Um, let us move forward here. Now, the next thing I want to show everybody is Anastasia, your profession and or your place of work blew my mind. All right. I don't think that anyone would have believed that Anastasia actually works in a bakery.
Yep. I
So,
am surrounded by all of my food demons daily.
OMG, let's show some examples of that. Oh my God, you posted these the other day, and now avert your eyes if you can't handle images like this at this stage. If you're in phase 1 actively, but I just want to show people how crazy of a temptation it is. Here you are working in the bakery, creating these amazing, I mean, these are works of art.
Thank you.
And
I'm
again,
enjoying it.
if it were me, like I'm icing those blue cupcakes and then I'm licking the knife after I'm done. So I've got a blue tongue. I don't see how you do it. Tell us a little bit about that because we talked about that. How do you do it?
You know what? Like sugar was my main food group. Like literally, I wasn't eating anything throughout the day. I would come home from work around 4 o'clock. I would have a couple of crackers and cheese, and then I would have a couple of chocolate bars. And that was everything, like all I was eating in a day.
Wow.
So when we decided to do this, we went all in,
Yeah.
and I wasn't going to back down for anything. And I knew it was going to be hard because of the work what I do,
Yep.
but literally it was a piece of cake. No pun intended. It was, it was though, literally. The first
Well,
week
and
was hard. I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
but after that, like it's been almost 11 months, and I haven't tasted
wow.
any sugar at all. Not a lick of icing, not a bite of a cupcake, not a piece of bread, nothing at all.
Well, and
So
you had said to me, earlier on when we talked about this, you said, if someone told me that I would be able to give up sugar, I never would have believed them.
I would have think they're crazy.
Right? And
That's one thing that I would never give up.
yeah. Yeah, no, I would say the same thing myself, right?
Even on trips, she doesn't look at the food. She goes straight to the dessert
Yeah.
table.
When we go to Mexico, I just go straight to the desserts.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Here, let's give some more. Look at these cakes and icing flowers, and tell everybody the story about that center picture.
Succulents.
The succulents, beautiful succulents made from sugar. Happy birthday, Katerina.
So I made this. So my daughter lives on Vancouver Island, and I am in Calgary. So it was her birthday a couple years ago. So I made this at work for her. Obviously, she never ate them. But anyway, I posted on her wall, "Happy birthday," and I said, "Hey, look what I made for you."
Oh, that's so cute. And they're so beautiful.
Thank
But I
you.
can't believe that you made them and she didn't get to eat them.
She never got to eat them. It's for the best, though. It's good. It's a good thing.
True. So this is 5 days a week for you?
This is 5 to 6 days a week for me.
5 to 6 days a
Yes.
week.
I'm a bakery manager,
Wow.
so I'm there a lot because of shorter hours and shifts that need to be covered. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That just iron will. I love that. I absolutely love that. So, yes, cooking and baking comes second nature to you, and that was part of your upbringing. Your mom passed that down to you. We kind of talked about, and we'll start to show, and we'll talk about some of your favorite recipes and some things that you've done in phase one. We also want to tell the people that all of the foods and all of the recipes that we're going to show today are posted in that Facebook group. How would somebody go about finding those?
So under the big header that says Ideal Protein Phase 1 recipes, there is either media or albums. And if you click on there, you're going to find the categories of the recipes. So it would be like soups, desserts, sandwiches and wraps, main courses, side dishes, breakfasts. And then you click on there and you find the picture with the recipe.
Fantastic. So let's start. Let's bring these first couple of pictures up because I just saw these recently. Tell us about that picture on the left. It looks to me like it's oatmeal, but it's a lot more oatmeal than I would expect from an Ideal Protein packet.
So I discovered by putting cauliflower rice in the oatmeal, you bulk it up. And you cannot taste the cauliflower, and it tastes amazing.
I don't believe it for a second.
So this is what I've been eating every morning, or most of my mornings.
Yeah.
1 packet of the oatmeal and 2 cups of steamed cauliflower rice.
Oh my God.
And I do it on the stove.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way instead of the microwave. And then I put
Yeah.
some cinnamon and some pancake syrup or some maple syrup, like VIP protein or the wild carbs. Yeah. And it tastes amazing, literally.
Absolutely brilliant and such a great way to get those cups of vegetables in.
Yes.
Eric and I shared one thing in common. I ate 2 cups of cucumbers every single day during phase 1 because I'm very unimaginative when it comes to my vegetables. I've got a very small group that I'm willing to work with. I have expanded to cauliflower rice. I love doing different stir-fry dishes with cauliflower rice, but I would never have considered to put it in the oatmeal and volumize it like that. And, again, just kind of have the oatmeal and the cinnamon and the syrup kind of mask the fact that it was in there in the first place.
Yes. And then
Brilliant.
2 cups of vegetables done by morning.
Right.
For
Right?
those who struggle, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely brilliant. Then now the picture on the right, I believe that's zucchini in there. What's in there?
Yes,
That looks
it's
amazing.
zucchini, and then it has ground beef.
Oh,
So they're stuffed with ground beef, and it has the ideal protein cheese sauce, and then some Rao's marinara sauce just to make it look prettier.
yeah. Dang, that
Baked
and
in the
again,
oven.
we are recording at night, ladies and gentlemen, and I will tell you I'm getting hungrier by the minute as we're going through all these. Yeah, no, those are so gorgeous. Aha, here we go. So here we get to your Greek background coming through in these pictures. Yes.
Yes, the left and the right. Yes.
So picture on the left, I'm going to give it my best shot. It's a gyro.
It's
Gyro.
a we call it gyro in Greek.
Gyro. There you
It's
go.
I don't know if it's a gyro here or gyro donair. So yes, it was made with a potato packet, the pita, and then the ground beef, and it has tzatziki sauce made with the amazing mayo,
Okay.
and it turned out really good. Actually, it turned out amazing. My daughter keeps making that one.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. And then in the middle there, this is a tuna melt
Tuna
panini.
melt panini sandwich.
Yeah. So how do you make the panini?
So the bread was made with the crispy the cereal, the crispy cereal.
Okay.
Okay, you crush it and you put your baking powder, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, egg white. You bake it in the oven. I have like a mini loaf, and then slice it in half. Stuff it with either with the tuna. I have another one with chicken, whatever you wanna, whatever filling you wanna have in there, and
Yeah.
then put it in a panini press, and yeah, and voila.
Looks amazing. Now, I love meatballs of all kind, but tell us about that picture on the right. What is that meatball dish that's there?
This is a traditional meatball soup. It's called okay, Yuvarlakya.
I'm not
Try
even
to
going to
say
try
that.
that. I am not even going to try that.
Okay, and it's in the egg lemon sauce. Egg lemon sauce is very, very known in Greece.
Okay.
Most of our soups, like chicken soup, beef soup, if it's white based, we make the egg lemon sauce, which is an egg with half a lemon, the juice of half a lemon.
Okay.
And then in order to, because you don't want it to curdle, you just bring it into temperature by spooning hot juice in there. And then you put it back in the pot. And it becomes like, it thickens it up.
Mm-hmm. Without any kind of flour or any kind of thickening agent.
No flour, no. It's a natural thickener.
Yeah, no, absolutely amazing. And anybody of Greek heritage, you want to be checking these recipes out because, and Eric will attest that
I think
they're fantastic.
I think you can see now why it was so easy for me.
Right? I can see him driving home now going, "Oh, yeah. What do I got tonight?" Oh, that is awesome. Now we also I have yet to try Brussels sprouts. They scare me to death, but I just might try these guys. Tell us a little bit about this.
So since I've discovered the IP Parmesan croutons,
right,
I've been doing a lot of breading. I have done chicken cutlets.
Yep.
I've done zucchini, eggplants, and then I tried the Brussels sprouts, and they turned out amazing. So if you haven't tried the croutons, please do.
Yeah, those
and
garlic
they count as an extra. They don't even count as a packet. So
right. Yeah, they are absolutely amazing, and they're burst with flavor. And when you crush them up to use them as breading on anything from Brussels sprouts to chicken,
yes.
we've done chicken tenders that way.
Yes.
It stands up. It stays crunchy. It kind of holds up.
Yes.
Even if you've got some kind of sauce or anything that's associated with it.
And they are full of flavor too. You don't need anything else really.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So much flavor in those. So, man, Brussels sprouts, maybe.
for Thanksgiving.
Oh, there you go. That's a great idea. All right, here, tell us about this meal here. We've got kebabs.
We have kebabs, and then we have roasted mini sweet peppers. We make those a lot. We just love them.
Yeah.
And then cauliflower rice and tzatziki sauce, of course. So
Yeah.
what tzatziki sauce is, it's a garlicky cucumber. Usually we make it with sour cream, but
Yep.
I substitute that with the amazing mayo, and it worked really, really good.
Yeah, the Walden Farms Amazing Mayo.
Yes.
Yep.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And then it looks to me like you're dipping pitas in there. I don't know. I think this is cheating. You cheating?
No, that was pita made with. I don't remember how I made the pita, but one with the packets, maybe potato packet or the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says potato packet, 2 egg whites,
Yes.
some garlic, some oregano, some baking soda.
Yes.
I might even try that at home. And I love the way that you've now presented these too. How you've got the graphic and you've got the recipe and your signature Anastasia at the bottom now. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Very professional. Now, this you were telling me is another very traditional Greek dish.
This is called moussaka.
Moussaka.
Yes, it's the original version of it is eggplants, potatoes, ground beef, and bechamel sauce. Bechamel is a rich cream, butter, flour sauce, and eggs sauce. That's really thick, and then you bake it in the oven. So this version is with eggplants. I use rutabaga,
Okay.
my favorite vegetable.
Yeah.
IP. Yes, I just love rutabaga. I didn't even know what rutabaga was before this.
Me neither. But man, it really gives you a workout cutting it.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It does. But it's worth it though.
Yeah, absolutely. We make rutabaga fries are still a staple in our house.
Yes, yes. And then it has the ground beef, and then the bechamel. It's a version of mashed cauliflower with an egg, salt, pepper, and nutmeg. That's a secret ingredient.
Oh.
Yeah, and you put it on top and you bake it. And seriously, John, you couldn't tell the difference.
The flavor is spot on.
Oh, that's amazing. And you know, I do have a family of clients who are Greek, and I'm gonna get them to test this.
Yes, please do.
We are going to put it to the test because they actually are very good in the kitchen themselves. They actually used to own a restaurant,
Right.
and I am very anxious to put some of these recipes in front of them and see what they say.
Let me know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I will. So, you know, your Facebook group is not just about recipes. It also seems to be about encouragement, motivation. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's almost like me paying it forward. If I can make some people feel the way I feel since I lost my weight, that's the best non-scale victory ever.
Wow. That is like the quote of quotes, too. That was so well put, right? The best non-scale. It really is. And I love the fact that you just use the term feel, right? You didn't say if I can get people to look the way I look. You said if I can get people to feel the way that I feel.
Yes.
That's truly what it's all about.
And it is. And you know what? I never understood the saying, nothing tastes better than skinny feels until now.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, my version of that basically, yeah, it's nothing tastes as good as this feels right
Yes.
now. You know, it truly and you have to experience it. But once you do, you just want to help others do it too, right?
Exactly.
You know, I felt miserable in that before picture that I put up in the very beginning of the show. Every time I look at it, I can almost kind of feel how I felt on so many levels, gastrointestinally, mentally, aches and pains wise, energy, lack thereof, for sure.
Yeah.
And when I did this program, like I said, I saw a client of mine lose 70 pounds after I lectured him that he needed to lose weight. He went to his cardiologist. He did ideal protein. He lost 70 pounds. He came back and just shocked me. So I knew I was going to lose weight when I started the program, but I had no idea that when it restored my metabolic health, how I was going to feel. Do you guys have some of those feelings, some of that experience?
The extra energy I have is amazing. Obviously at work, I do a lot of walking, a lot of stairs. And I was always the guy that was huffing and puffing, going up one flight of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can, our tower is over 300 feet tall, and I can go to the top of it, and everyone else is telling me to slow down now. So the energy level is just like I've never had before. I've never experienced. I can't remember the last time I've had this much energy. Not struggling to breathe. Just walking around the house. Even I used to huff and puff at times.
Right. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but how old are you?
Right now?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm 51.
Yeah. Right. And who knew that being in our 50s, I'm 54. Who knew that being in our 50s could feel this good?
Well, the best experience I had was my son, who's 21. He's a rock climber, extremely fit, very thin. And he came over one day and he was wearing a rain jacket from Under Armour, and it was tight on him. And I happened to try it on and it fit.
Yeah.
I think that was the best thing for me.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, right. Oh, absolutely. I've had that experience with my boys as well.
Yeah.
It is something else. After you've been kind of where we've been.
Well, I've always been embarrassed how I looked.
Yep.
I see myself in pictures, and I always want from kind of almost the chest up. I don't want full body. And I've seen myself in videos, and I'll admit I was quite disgusted.
So, absolutely. No, absolutely. I can connect with that. So many of our viewers and listeners can connect with that. I used to, I didn't even care what I wore, right? It was, just grab something out of the closet and throw it on so I don't shock people. But, I certainly wasn't going out buying nice clothes.
Yep.
I was the last person to go do that. And, actually, I'm going to Lululemon tomorrow.
Highly recommend it.
Oh, and again, you can't underscore how that feels.
No.
Male or female, you just can't underscore how it feels to want to buy clothes that you look good in, to want to take full pictures from head to toe, stand in the front of the group, not the back of the group, right?
Well, the one place I never thought I'd lose weight was my head. Like the circumference of my head.
Right.
I have several expensive ball caps that are fitted.
Yep.
And none of them fit now.
Licensed to upgrade that hat collection. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, and quite actually, I dropped a shoe size.
Me too.
Right?
I can believe it.
And
How can that happen?
And that's probably very scary for you, Anastasia. How many shoes do you have? What does your shoe collection look like?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. But yeah, absolutely licensed to go shoe shopping.
That's
No,
right.
it was very funny because when I started to realize it, I was kind of walking around in my office in my dress shoes, and I'm like, what is going on? Like they're moving, they're slipping and sliding. And I was like, oh my God, losing that weight, I actually dropped a shoe size.
Yep.
Amazing.
Things that you don't understand might happen. So I pulled a couple of these motivational memes that you put up, and just if you could just kind of give a couple of comments on there, what would inspire you to put stuff up like this? I really love this one. My dear, you are too amazing to not feel good about yourself. You may not be exactly where you want to be in life, but your worth isn't determined by your success, your body, or what others think of you. You are worthy because you are you. So hold your head high and start loving yourself right now. I love that.
Self-love is important. If you love yourself, if you learn how to love yourself, everything else will fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. It
Yeah.
starts from there.
It does start from
Speaking from
there.
experience.
Yeah, no, and it is one of the keys to this transformation, discovering that you can love yourself in the beginning of the program, not even waiting until
Exactly.
you've lost the weight, right? It's
Yes.
more important to do that as you start your journey. You
Yes.
know, this journey is a gift to yourself, and it should be because you love yourself that you actually
Absolutely.
start the journey.
Yep.
And you're capable of amazing things. You know what? People are capable of so much more than they understand.
Yes. Yes. If there's a will, there's a way. Always.
And again, did 2 years ago, did you ever think, I can lose 100 pounds? I can lose 60 pounds?
I've done it before, but I always gained it back. And then every year was a little bit harder to do it, right? And then
Yep.
I don't know, you kind of put it on the back burner until you have to go somewhere and you have to go and buy clothes, and then you're not happy with yourself, you're not happy with the size. So I'm really glad that I started this program and that it was successful, and I'm hoping that it's going to become a lifestyle. Like, so far so good.
You know, I've got to think that it does, especially with your dedication and your desire to help others. You know, that's a lot of motivation to do it yourself and to
Yes.
stay on track. But what I will also throw out there to you, and I want people to understand, the phase 2 and phase 3 system that we have in place right now, as we start coaching our clients into those phases, which everybody is scared to death of, right?
Yes.
Because, oh my gosh, you know, I don't want to gain it back. Please, how do I not gain it back? Again, too, we are able to design with your macro code. We're able to figure out how much protein your body needs to support your muscle. How much fat can we start filling in with? Because now your body burns fat for its as its primary fuel for your daily activities.
Right.
And what is that line in the sand with carbs that if we stay under that bar, you won't gradually start putting the weight back on. You won't start getting brain fog again. You won't start getting aches and pains again. Your gastrointestinal system won't start feeling bad. And so the way I like to preface that with everybody is, you know, I want to design a nutrition plan for you where you have that phase 1 feeling for the rest of your life.
Right.
And if that's your motivation, I want to feel this good for the rest of my life, you're going to stick to it.
Yes.
Because then it's not just about, you know, oh, I don't want to see the scale go up, and oh, I don't. No, it's more important than that. It has a lot more value.
Definitely.
So a couple other neat ones that you had put up there: 8 powerful words to start your day right. You know, it's posts like these, and I hope that people do take these to heart. Maybe they print them out, post them somewhere, tape them to their mirror. Right? Self-talk is a huge thing.
It sure is.
And
Yes.
it's huge in a negative way if we don't take control of it. But if you take control of it, it can be a very positive thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we talked about the next one too. Well done is better than well said, right? Actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
So let's stop talking about it and let's start doing it.
Let's start doing it.
This one really I loved as well. I'm going to read it, and then I'd like for you to kind of talk a little bit about it and how it's positioned. An arrow can only be shot by pulling it backward. When life is dragging you back with difficulties, it means it's going to launch you into something great. So just focus and keep aiming.
So this was posted, like, I read a lot of posts from members that they have had some difficult times. And because of those difficult times, they kind of stray off the protocol, and they went off and they had sugar, or they had something they were supposed to, and then they feel pretty bad about it. So setbacks will always happen. Like, it's life, right? There's ups and downs.
Yep.
But you cannot dwell on that. If you just, every day is a new day. It's a new beginning. It's a new start. You just restart, reset, refocus, keep aiming, and you're going to get there. Baby steps all the way.
Absolutely.
You're going to get there.
A setback is just a setup for a comeback.
Exactly.
And I just thought that this was such a powerful post.
Yes.
And I put these two together, these two different posts. But again, this is something that you and I both believe tremendously. Your strongest muscle and your worst enemy is your mind. So train it well. It's about mind over matter, right?
Absolutely.
That's right. Yes.
Love it. And then I saw this morning and I just thought, hey, I'm going to grab this one real quick too, because you just posted this one this morning. Right? Just keep moving forward.
Yes.
Just keep moving forward one day at a time. The view from the top is so worth the climb. Love it. All right. So that said, we're going to end on this one. This was one of my favorite ones that you put up there as well. The sky is not the limit. Your mind is. Right. And I think a lot of people just need to kind of get their head out of the way and, open themselves up to new possibilities, to new life possibilities. We're going to bring this full circle to Eric screaming as he just jumped out of an airplane. You are screaming, aren't you, Eric?
Just screaming in pure joy, dropping, 8,000 feet at 200 kilometers an hour.
Oh, dear God. Talk about a rush, right?
Before the chute opens.
Right. So, again, I think this is an absolutely amazing feat and something that's really neat. And like I said, I have no desire. However, are you going to do this again?
Actually, we're booking tomorrow for all four of us, Anastasia and I, her daughter, and her fiance, when we're on Vancouver Island. And yeah, we should get some quite a few picturesque pictures from there. Yeah,
this is going to happen.
I'll post pictures, John.
You're doing this when? In September coming up?
Yeah, about 2.5 weeks.
About 2.5 weeks. I cannot wait.
Yeah. It's, like I said, if I had a group of people that were into this, I do this all the time. I enjoyed it that much.
Yeah, sure.
Roller coasters scare me. This didn't scare me at all.
Really?
Not at all. It was give me the door and let's go. Which is kind of odd, but yeah.
Wow, I found that absolutely fascinating. I was just back on roller coasters a few weeks ago with my boys, and there's that fear factor there for sure. There's the thrill factor after you did it.
Yep.
But I can't imagine that you didn't have that same amount of fear, if not 10 times, standing in that plane.
I thought I would. I thought the butterflies would start once I got into the airplane.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because watching everyone else, it just seemed to be a smooth process and nobody else seemed terribly scared except for the one guy.
Yeah.
And no, it was, when you get to the edge of the airplane and they want you to go out, they expect you to hold a certain pose. And I didn't want that pose because I wanted to look. I wanted to see what was going on, but they wanted you to look up and stuff. So kind of made me look funny in the pictures. But I just wanted to go. So
absolutely amazing. So yes, really I cannot wait for you guys to accomplish that adventure. I'll be watching the group page for posts about that. Hopefully we'll get to see some pictures, maybe a little bit of video clips with those kinds of things.
Video.
Anastasia, how do you feel about this?
Somebody will have to push me.
I have a feeling Eric will do it all too easily.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it.
That's awesome. I have every faith that you will do it. I think that's absolutely amazing.
Mind over matter.
100%. 100%. And you know what? You're going to look good doing it in your flight suit, size
Extra
less,
small.
extra small. maybe Lululemon makes some.
Maybe.
All right, guys, it's getting late. I'm getting punchy. I want to thank you so much again for being on the show with me, for sharing your lives, your accomplishments, your motivation, your inspiration to all those in Ideal Protein Nation out there. Keep up the fantastic work on that Facebook group. Like I said, I'm a proud member of your group, and thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
No, absolutely my pleasure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, just another amazing couple who have accomplished amazing things through the Ideal Protein Protocol. I hope that there's so many people out there who can identify with a lot of the things that they talked about, and see that if they can do it, you can do it too, for sure. So thank you for being with us. As always, please like, subscribe, share the podcast. We're on Facebook and YouTube, the video format, and I have the audio format up on iTunes and Spotify and Google Podcasts and most places where you can actually hear audio podcasts. Please, if you can, even if you don't listen to them a lot, please go to iTunes or Spotify and subscribe and start to pump up those numbers for us, and YouTube as well. Right now, Facebook is our biggest platform. We're over 1,000 followers on our Facebook platform. I'm hoping that everybody in the Ideal Protein Phase 1 recipe group will watch and subscribe to us so that I can get numbers that are even close to Anastasia. So jealous. Hey, if you made the decision to start the Ideal Protein program today after listening to Eric and Anastasia, go to the idealprotein.com website. There's a clinic locator there for you, and that will help you to find a clinic near you. If you happen to be in Northern Virginia, near Centerville, Virginia, my clinic is Barnes Chiropractic Health and Fitness, and we would love to have you as a new client and help you take you along your journey. So as always, keep striving for your life possible. I will be back in a couple of weeks, I'm sure, with another couple of amazing people. Who's going to be next? If you want to be next, let me know. Message me on Facebook. Comment on the post that has this video. I'd love to share your story if you would.